Hi and welcome to the Art of Tarot and to your March 2025 readings. This is a little intro to sum up everything you need to know before we get to start the reading. You can also click directly into your reading in the timestamps if you don't have time for this little introduction. I am Stephanie Kosher. I am an artist, a musician, and also your favorite tarot card reader. And I do readings in a way that is a little more psychological than it is esoteric, but I do use the Western astrology system and the tarot system, of course, to gain more insight, maybe a little guidance, maybe a little inspiration for a situation that we're struggling with, or just, for an input that we want to have as a little bit of a spiritual push forward. I do use astrology, as I mentioned, Western astrology. I don't believe in astrology. I do not believe in astrology, is how I always like to say, but it is a very helpful and interesting medium and tool to gain more insight and to go a little deeper in the interpreting of the cards. Also, it really is important in the tarot card system because historically the tarot cards are connected to the astrological system, so we want to take advantage of that. In the first part of the reading, you will see a general energy that I'm talking about. In the second part of the reading, there is a relationship dynamic. So if you are struggling with relationships or you want to have a little more answers, this could be every relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can also be any other relationship in your life that might be challenging or might be a little confusing. So we're gonna remind ourselves how to maybe deal with the situation with the help of the cards. And that's basically it. Check out my description box. Please subscribe to this channel. Give me a like, give me a comment if you enjoy these videos. I'm also mainly an artist and a musician, and I do all types of different creative things. So if you're interested in the big picture and all the other things that I'm doing next to this channel, then you can go to my website, you can go to my description box, you can go to my Instagram, of course, and see more of all the things I'm doing there. So enjoy your reading. Thank you so much for being here. These readings are separated into the different zodiac signs. So whatever you are identifying with is how I like to say it. It doesn't have to be your sign, but if you're feeling like a Leo today, then watch the Leo reading. If you're feeling like your sun sign, moon sign, ascendant, whatever, rocks your boat. So just go to where it draws you and enjoy a little message that might bring you further. I hope this is helpful, and I hope you enjoy, and I hope I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Hi and welcome to this March 2025 Gemini reading. I am gonna jump right into the general section of the reading. Second part, as mentioned, is a relationship dynamic. You can also click into the second part, of course, and we'll see what's going on here, or what answers, what insights we might find. Oh, nice. We have a Queen of Wands. I'm just gonna do some cleansing for a second. Queen of Wands. That's cool, Gemini. That's a cool energy. I'm thinking right now Gemini is on fire. I'm thinking about Kendrick Lamar and I'm thinking about Kanye West. So there is some serious stuff going on for Gemini. And the Queen of Wands is obviously on fire. She is the businesswoman, she is the witch, she is the emancipated woman, she is the woman who gets what she wants, she is super intense in her will, she knows how to fight for things, she knows how to bring herself forward. She also has perfect timing. She's very much still in tune with her inner instincts, with her fears, with her inner dynamics, and she really knows how to go after what she wants. So that's her whole deal. She can get she can get quite aggressive and she can, I like when Crowley talks about her, and she's like, when she's in not great energy, she can, you know, fight and break her jaw when she's missing a bite. So she can be so intense that she's hurting herself when she misses. So we want to be careful about that. But yeah, in general, it's a very inspired, positive, dynamic energy. I'm thinking about the zodiac signs she's connected to, but I cannot on top of my head, because in the Crowley deck, it's, of course, it's fire sign, so it's Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo in general. But in the Crowley deck, it is a little different. It is always the end of one zodiac, beginning of the fire sign. So she rules the last decan of the sign before the fire sign and then the fire sign, but I'm not sure if it's Sagittarius or Leo or Aries, and I feel like it's Aries, but I'm not sure. Sorry, maybe somebody knows and can write it down in the comments, or I will add it into the comments. I would have to look it up. Okay, so yeah, we are very inspired to move forward, to be showing ourselves, to go after what we want to have. Ooh, nice, the Ace of Cups, also with a really, this is maybe a new feeling. Maybe this feels very new, this feels very something that's coming up from a deeper layer of our consciousness. We might have discovered more compassion also for this fiery side within us, and we want to nurture it and want to allow it to step outside. This is a new way of doing things. This is a new way of feeling about yourself, and this is a new emotional journey that's presenting itself here. This can be a new passion in a way, or a new path that feels like it's giving us a deeper meaning in life, where we feel very connected to ourselves. With the Ace of Cups, we feel very connected to ourselves. Oh wow, and then we have the Two of Wands. There is a lot of fire. Oh, and then yeah, then all of a sudden we have too much fire here with the Ten of Wands. So yeah, this is what we want to be careful about, but I think this is more what we want to leave behind for some reason, because we have the Ten of Wands and we have the Two of Wands. And what's the connection with these two cards is that the Ten of Wands is basically a card where we have 8 wands in the background, as you can see, and 2 wands in the foreground, and they're kind of restricting this fast movement that the 8 of Wands would be able to bring into the picture. The Two of Wands is controlling that, and the Two of Wands is maybe too much of our will trying to make things go into a certain direction. And I think we really want to be careful about that, because it becomes oppressive. This is what this card is called. It's called oppression. So the Two of Wands is called dominion. It's like, yes, we want to master the moment. We want to make decisions. We want to step into doing the things we want to do. But when we overdo it, it's like a dopamine overload. You know, it's like the wands for me is always like this dopamine kick, where we're like getting a kick out of doing something and achieving and moving and going forward. It's very driven, dynamic energy. And when it becomes too much, we get overwhelmed and we can get burnt out, or we can become controlled or oppressed by our own will. And this is the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is really like we are restricting our own movements by wanting or doing too much. And I'm not saying like, you know, responding to the haters that are like, oh, you're doing too much, because most of these people are just not doing enough, let's be honest. I'm just talking about where do we overwhelm ourselves and our system, because the Two of Wands is really when I think, even though it's the wands are not so much about the body, but when we do have, and we have Saturn here, so it is about the body actually. When we expand our body too much, it's gonna eventually break or give up. And then we're back at this when we have too much intensity, when she's you know, breaking her jaw, when she's missing the bite. That's basically it. You know, it's like we overdo it and we can hurt ourselves. And Ten of Wands is really like we can really hurt ourselves mentally and physically. So we want to be careful that's not happening. Even though we feel so inspired to go towards a thing, and it can be quite addictive also to get into this Two of Wands energy where like, oh yeah, now I have controlled the moment, you know. I have this ability to really get up and do the thing, and then it can become quite addictive. It's a dopamine thing. So we want to be careful that this is not restricting our movement, really. All right, so and I mean, yes, when we look at Kanye, I hate that I have to talk about him. Really, it's like, why do I know about these things? I don't even want to, and that's the social media problem. I never asked for that information, but the algorithm is giving me the information. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely overdoing it, and then he's hurting himself and his image and his whole, like, you know what I mean. Anyway, so relationship dynamics. This other person, Eight of Swords. Weird. Well, I need more context for this. There's another person, doesn't have to be romantic, as you know. Other energy surrounding you. Oopsie. We have I saw the Devil card in the reverse, which is always a sign for me. It's good. It's right here. That there's not necessarily a super toxic thing going on or a controlling thing. The Eight of Swords, the person here might have a hard time stepping out of some restricting thoughts or beliefs that they've built. So they might feel trapped in a way of thinking, as I like to say. How do we react to, or what is our part in this? When somebody, oh, what is going on with the Three of Swords is coming out, I feel like in every reading. This is the fourth reading I'm doing, and I think it has been out at least in two. I'm not sure if it has been out in all of them, but maybe it's hurting you or it's bringing up some stuff that a person cannot seem to step out of their restrictive thinking. That can be quite hurtful, because you can maybe see from the distance or from the outside that they are just restricting themselves, and that's just triggering to you maybe, or they might not want to see how they're, it's vice versa, you know, they might not want to see how their limited thinking patterns might affect you, and might also even bring you to certain conclusions to make certain decisions when it comes to a connection or a relationship or a friendship or whatever this is. The Three of Swords can be a card of, you know, making tough decisions. Also, it doesn't always have to be a card of heartbreak or being the victim of heartbreak. It can also be us just making more. It is a swords card. We cannot. This is not a cups card. This is a swords card. This is about thoughts more than anything else. So this is also about our thoughts creating emotional pain, or our decisions, our conversations that we have with ourselves or with others, the words of others. This is not so much about you know, just being disappointed. This is more like some steps have been taken mentally to make this hurt appear. It can also just be plain and simple the energy of worrying about a person. And worrying is also such a thing. It's like, it doesn't give you anything other than you. Worrying is really just you making up thoughts in your head that oftentimes have no confirmation in reality. I'm not saying that they don't in general, but it is a dynamic that we welcome in more than that it's just there, I feel like sometimes. And this is a big challenge to step out of the worrying and reflect and distance and just be aware of it and witness it more than be involved in it, because it's going to happen anyway. It's like the same with the Eight of Swords. It's like, can we step out of it is the question, or are we stuck in it? And that's the Eight of Swords. It's like when you really want to start. It's like this process when you're in a meditation practice, for example, and the process of really stepping out of your thought patterns and not engaging in them anymore, just experiencing them from a distance, you know, understanding that you're not your thoughts. Because what happens when we are not mastering that, we come into the Nine of Swords, and then we're completely trapped in there, and that's going to be more difficult, you know. The Three of Swords is kind of somehow the first step into the Eight of Swords, I would say. So this is interesting. There's a lot of mental energy going on. There's a lot of thinking, maybe also a lot of talking that is not going anywhere. Oh, Ace of Wands is nice though, because the Ace of Wands brings action, brings some movement. Again, Wands. Here it's really more about acting than thinking. I think now, if there is questions about stepping into something or figuring out what the other person wants, this seems like both people want to move out of this situation and do something about it. It's really as simple as that. We need to do something about it. And try something new also could be with the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Wands. But take action. Taking action here is really important, whatever that means in your situation. I think both people here know what to do, and they agree on what to do. This is bringing obviously some emotional imbalance, and could be quite it could be a little overwhelming with the things that come up here. But also we have eclipse season, you guys. It's gonna be fun again. Fun times. Yeah, eclipse season can be a little challenging and can be a little emotionally intense, but we know what to do here. there's a lot of passionate energy from your side. We just need to make sure that we don't get too disconnected or overly emotional about things. We need to make sure that we can still contain it a little bit, because this can be quite uncontained. Yeah, try not to drink too much. Make sure you're not overindulging, or this could be not ideal right now. 9 of Cups in the reverse. Balancing out emotionally might be a little bit of a challenge right now. Maybe it could help for Gemini for sure with the 6 of Wands to read, learn new things, maybe go into a little, I don't know, science rabbit hole with a new topic that you're interested in. Learn about something. That's a Gemini thing for sure. Yeah, so that's that. Let's look at some charms. This other person might be a masculine energy. There's a lot of clarity is coming. Clarity is coming. This is nice. We have this quartz thing here. So this person is going to be able to step out of it. It's not going to be the most creative solution, I feel like. It doesn't have to be, but they will have a clear way out of their restricted way of thinking. I feel like this is, this is probably supposed to be a masculine energy. It's also important to approach this with some sort of quote-unquote masculine approach. The swords are masculine energy, we cannot forget. So it is new consciousness that is built. You are here in a very grounded work ethic also. This is Capricorn energy for me, even though it's not a Capricorn per se, but it is also growing, a growth mindset. Growth mindset, I like that. And there's a lot of third eye understanding that you agree on. There's a lot of, and what do I mean with that? With this charm, it's an amethyst, and for me that's a third eye thing. With this charm we have deeper insight. We are connected and tapped into a higher consciousness. We know what to do intuitively, and also spiritually aligned with the course of action, and we both agree on this. So this is great. It seems like this is really a process of gaining clarity that helps us really take the right steps together with a person. And it's going to be very clear. I think it's going to be very clear, and you're very committed to grow and work with this person. Whoever this, I get somehow family member type of thing, but you know, it can be whatever. Yeah, I think that's all. That's all, folks. Thanks so much for being here. Please like, subscribe, comment, and consider maybe checking out my description box if you're interested in a private reading or donating to this channel. Then there's all the information that you need down there, and I hope I'll see you next time. Until then, take care and goodbye.